Harvard University's 13th Annual Social Enterprise Conference 2012. This is 4 Questions with social entrepreneur Taylor Conroy of Destroy Normal.
My question is what caused you to choose this? Because you've jumped into the deep end, you've devoted your life to it.
As far as aha moments, I think I've had 1,000 aha moments, and I think they kept building up over time, and I kept kind of pushing them off, going, nope, I'm building my real estate company, this is what I'm doing. And the one that I can remember, the most profound one, happened in 2011, when this was still an idea. We were still kind of dabbling with this fundraising platform. And I was sitting in my condo in Victoria, watching a video trailer for a documentary that an organization called Bobby Bear put together. And Bobby Bear is an organization in South Africa that helps rape victims. And what the actual Bobby Bear is a stuffed animal teddy bear that's made out of material that rape victims can draw on, because sometimes they're too traumatized after the event to be able to verbalize what's happened. So they give them a pen and they can draw an X where the rapist has put his penis. And I was sitting there watching this video of a 12-year-old girl with this bear put multiple X's on this bear, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. That was it. They built up. I cried and decided enough was enough. I was going to devote the next year of my life to the world, that was in 2011. So I said 2012 is fully for the world. I'm doing it 100%. No more dabbling. No more 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And that was the decision. That was the big aha.
Have you ever started a company or project and failed? And if so, what happened?
Aside from the nonprofit, I did start a Pilates studio one time. Does that sound weird? That crashed and burned really fast. Yeah. And to tell you the truth, with this, which was one of my biggest fears, was when the first campaign we did with this system was myself, amongst my 33 friends, and it worked. But I worried that maybe that was because I'm a bit pushy and I wouldn't stop until they gave, and not everyone's like that. And the next 2 campaigns that we did not work. They failed because our technology didn't hold up. I didn't relay what made my campaign successful clearly enough to the people that were running the next 2 campaigns, and so they blew it. Not they blew it, the campaigns blew it, my platform blew it. And so we took it off the table. We stopped everything, reevaluated, reinstalled a number of other tools that people could use, and then relaunched again. And our first campaign was done by a friend of mine named Elton, and I was super nervous about this because the last 2 had failed. And Elton launched his campaign on a Monday at 2 p.m. on a Monday, which just happened to be exactly 365 days after that Free the Children conference, which I didn't realize till the day that we were doing it, which is crazy. But Elton launched his campaign on a Monday, October 10th, and by Tuesday at 2 p.m. he had $10,000 had come in, and by Thursday he had $20,000 come in, and by a week from then he had $30,000 come in, which is with his goal just being $10,000 in the first place. So that failure, those 2 failures, which were heartbreaking and caused me to I didn't cry about it, but I did get relatively in like a cave depressed about it. Those failures brought to light other tools that we hadn't thought of, which made the next campaign 3 times as successful. Wow. And then each one going forward we've learned tons from the successes and the failures. We still have the odd failure, but we have more successes than failures.
Yeah. What challenges have you had in measuring your impact?
I think, to tell you the truth, I think that's one of the cool things about the social enterprise, is that the impact could potentially just go on and on and on, and you're not scared of losing dollars or sometimes retaining customers and whatnot. Like the whole reason behind, I'll just talk about my model really quick, was the whole reason behind, or the essence of this, of our model, is not to get as many people as possible to give $3.33 a day. Yep. It's something far deeper than that. Like, for example, I'm not sure how many people are here. There's probably 500 people or so. If there's 500 people in this room, if, let's say, just this one room all did a campaign, then that would be 1 school per person. So it would build 500 schools, which would then educate roughly 500,000 children in developing countries around the world. And it doesn't just stop there. If there's 500 people, that means each of you would have touched 33 people or had 33 people take part in the campaign. And if we did our job right with making people feel amazing about giving, that's 16,500 people that have given and potentially had their aha moment and felt like, whoa, this is amazing to be able to give and contribute and get that recognition and see the tangible outcome at the end. And then maybe, in a perfect world, those 16,500 people just from this room would then incorporate giving and contribution as a cornerstone in their financial decisions now, between the ages of 20 and 35 or 20 and 45, instead of waiting until what we typically do, which is wait till we retire to start giving back in a large way. So I think measuring impact in social enterprise is very different than measuring your impact or measuring your dollars and cents in a business, and it's far more exciting because you might see the ripple effect is just absolutely exponential.
For you, what have been some of your biggest fears or apprehensions or challenges along the way?
Good question. It's been really interesting. It's been a really interesting ride because this social enterprise has brought up a lot of the challenges and fears that any other normal business would bring up, but it's also brought in other fears. And the main underlying one for me is that I treat this, is that my mind grabs onto it and treats it too much like a business and not enough of what the essence of social enterprise really is in the first place. So, because it's so easy to get caught up in the numbers, it's so easy to get caught up in, it's not about raising $10 million. It's not about building 1,000 schools. It's about the 12-year-old girl in Nepal who gets to go to school instead of getting sold into sex trafficking. It's about the 6-year-old boy in Uganda whose parents have both died from preventable diseases, that gets educated and gets to learn and gets a chance to break the cycle that his family has been stuck in for generations. So the biggest underlying fear for me is losing touch with that. And so that's something I try to come back to every day to remember what this is about, because I have a business brain and it wants to say, set a goal of $100 million. That's how much you want to raise, but that's not what it's about. And if I was to focus on that, I think that I would not only lose the essence, but I would lose the flow in which I've seen social enterprise bring.
Taylor, I think that's a lot of words of wisdom. Thank you very much.
Cheers.